beer tubers. I'm changing up the setting a little bit here just for this review. But anyways, I'm continuing on with the Shmaltz Brewing beers, and I will be having their Coney Island Albino Python. This is their white lager brewed with spices. And this is really interesting because here we go. They're doing all sorts of variation, experimentation of a lager. But what it says here is a white lager. What they did is they put in a torrefied wheat into the mash, and so that's where the white, kind of like a wit beer. So it's sort of like this Belgianized kind of wheat lager that's going on. And then the spices that they used was I think it was ginger, fennel, and orange peel. Those are the spices that they use. So it's quite interesting. There is definitely plenty of sediment in the bottle here, but before I go on with the beer, actually, while I'm going on to the beer, so let me go ahead and open it up and show you how it is. And wow, there is a lot of sediment for sure. There's a lot of stuff in there. It's definitely all the extra added spices in here. So anyways, otherwise it looks like just like a typical lager. Let me check the aroma. Yes, quite citrusy. Definitely have plenty of malts, just like the past lagers that we had. But it just has a little more. Oh, it has a less less bready. Now I'm getting some orange peel for sure, and some herbs in it, which is definitely the fennel. So let me go ahead and give it a taste here. Kanpai. Oh, that's quite interesting. Yeah, the overall body of it definitely has this typical lager kind of light, easy to drink, kind of grainy kind of taste, but definitely some citrus. But the orange peel definitely, I think it brings out the citrus more than a typical lager. But it's like there's a little more going on. I must say that this is definitely different compared to the other bottles I've had, and it seems like every bottle could be different. It depends on how it's stored and all that, and lagers like this, I think it could be very temperamental. But yeah, I'm actually kind of enjoying it, but overall so far it just kind of tastes like a regular lager, but a good regular lager. The ginger really does come out. I remember I read some people's reviews, and that was a big turnoff to them. Like, they're just like, ginger is way too strong. And I think some people are more sensitive to that, And for me, I grew up in Japan, and I didn't like ginger at first, but I started craving it after I moved to America. And so ginger, I actually enjoy it a lot, and I like it to have it with fish, with my beef bowls, but beef bowls, not beef balls, Anyways, but yeah, so I actually enjoy it, and I think the added spices to it really adds character to it, and so that's why I actually enjoy this one a lot. But I know some people, especially some of the reviews I read online, that they really didn't care for it, but so they will like grade it low just because they don't like it. But I like it, so it'll be easier for me to give this a higher grade. I think overall I'll give it like a B or B plus, like in that range. I think some days I may go towards B plus, and maybe certain bottles are better. But I think this is fine. There's like nothing wrong with it. If anything, the added spices and then the wheat really adds different character to it and makes it really unique. That's why I'm kind of going towards B plus in general, because I actually do enjoy it, and I think the malty character of it. Thanks guys, that was good. I think the malty character of it really balances it out to keep it from being so thin. It's not thin, it's just light. But yeah, I think the wheat, ginger, fennel is very slight, if at all, but the orange peel adds a citrus character. It's a really nice lager, and frankly, like if you're to have it with pizza or have it on a really hot day, have it in the park, I prefer this over a typical lager, just because it's really interesting to drink and it's quite enjoyable. So yeah, anyway, so these are my thoughts on this beer. Definitely give it a try for sure. I think there's nothing wrong with it, and I think the people that may grade it low or don't speak of it that highly, they just don't really care for the ginger, because the ginger does add quite a bit to it, and the carbonation hitting your tongue really does do a number on you if you're not used to ginger. So, but then again, I don't think it's that strong. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next Shmaltz review. Kanpai.